Me, Compass from MMA platform, and today I'm going to show you 2 or 3 replays of some battles that I did using some different decks, not the same, because I like to keep changing after I lose a battle. So each time you see a deck change, it means I have lost from using that same deck and then I change the deck. Okay, so let's get into this replay. So I am using the Pekka Double Prince deck. So one of my friend's habit is to start a push early on, and I was like, let's try the way he does. So as you can see, I just sent the Pekka and he sent a Hog Rider. So I don't tend to freak out. I just try to build elixir and build a push. Like, I'm just waiting and not even countering that Royal Giant, because I know that he will eventually deploy something behind the Royal Giant or something to counter the Pekka. And my prediction was correct, and he deployed something to counter the Pekka. But it was already late, and due to the Dark Prince charging up, the Pekka was able to get a one shot off on the tower. So I was pretty confident that I will be able to 2-star, but as you know, that sometimes everybody has to freak out, and I freaked out a couple of times during this battle. Number one, I didn't knew he had a Sparky, because very less people have a Sparky and a Royal Giant. They have usually Giants and Royal Giant. I was confident after this push that I will get the 2 crowns at least 2 crowns. But let's see. So I'm pumping, and the first advantage I had over him, he did not have an elixir collector. I had, and that made a huge difference throughout the entire battle. Here I made a mistake, as you can see. I should have not deployed the Dark Prince. I thought that the Spear Goblin would have been able to take out the Sparky, but they weren't able to, and Sparky lived. But it wasn't able to charge again. Here again I had 2 Dark Princes going towards the King Tower, but it was all useless as he deployed the mini hog. Now I deployed the lizard vector up front, because I knew he was trying to continue. He was attacking the other tower, and he did not concentrate on this tower the entire battle. Okay, he just continuously tried to send the Hog Rider towards the tower, thinking that the Hog Rider would easily take out the tower. But I was already prepared for it. I knew he was going to try to send a Hog Rider on the tower, and I deployed an elixir to defend. Here I freaked out when after I had ignored the Royal Giant, but when that Royal Giant died, I knew I was going to win. But I still felt sad that I couldn't get the 2 crowns in, as I had taken his tower down to 854 with just one push, and I didn't even push on the tower again. So here I'm going to try and find where is the. Okay, let's watch this one. So I think this is the one which I was facing a Lava Hound deck. No, this is the deck. This battle was with the Hawk Cycle deck, and this was one of the craziest battle I had, because as I saw when he deployed his giant, okay, only giants, but in overtime he showed his Pekka, which made me freak out a bit. So let's watch the battle. Here he completely did not protect his giant, so I just deployed skeletons for the musketeer and cannon and Pekka, mini Pekka for the giant, which resulted in a counter push, which you are going to see here. I deployed the Hog Rider. I prepared the zap. I knew something, and I zapped here. I zapped, which instantly made the mini Pekka was able to destroy the Barbarian Hut, and then go on and attack the tower. The Hog Rider was the one that took the final shot on the tower, but still, if the mini Pekka hadn't gone ahead and been there with the Hog Rider, and I didn't have enough elixir for the zap, that push would have gone wasted. 8 elixir gone to waste. Even though it was in counter push, so that would not have been that much of a disadvantage. But taking down a barbarian hut this early in the battle, as soon as he deploys it, is like just ruining his elixir. He, he had he would have had a huge elixir advantage if I had let that barbarian hut live. I what I did here was that I knew the tower was at a fireball away, so I just started pushing on the other lane so I can get the tower down, so I can get the 2 crowns. So I knew that fireball away, and you just don't need to push that tower again. Try to take the tower down in the last 10 seconds of the battle with a fireball or a rocket or whatever you have. Because don't try to risk it to the last 5 seconds, because when it has happened to me, that sometime not happened to me, to the opponents against me, that they were just 100 health away and they had a fireball and they just waited, and then when I watched the replay I saw how much elixir they had. They were he was just 1 elixir away from getting the fireball and fireballing my tower. As you know, fireball travel quicker than a rocket. Here he deployed his P.E.K.K.A. A bit in the last when you deploy P.E.K.K.A. in the last 25 seconds, and the other person has cheap cards, you just have to be lucky if you can get to the tower. And here I knew he had barely touched the tower, so I just waited on the fireball, and the tower had 1 health, so I just trolled him here. I had a zap. I knew I had one. He had hit point on his tower, so I just continued to troll him here. He deployed the minion horde. I could have zapped the minion horde. I wanted to zap the minion horde over there, but I didn't. Cause if he had a giant coming, but the mini P.E.K.K.A. had taken it out, but I still would have been able to 1 crown him at least. And this is the one, I think, with the lava hounds. Here I was using giant balloon jack. I hadn't done a lot of battles with it, so it was like my first time with using a giant balloon. So he had a lava hound, and people usually I have not seen any replay with a person with a lava hound who has won with a lava hound. I don't know why. A clan mate has lava hound in my clan, and he was able to win one. And here I just sent a counter push to his 3 minions and mini P.E.K.K.A. and he should have just, instead of dropping the cannon, should have dropped a poison to take out the troops behind it. I zapped his Valkyrie, which allowed Musketeer to get one more shot on the tower, and eventually the tower fell. Eventually the tower was taken down, and now I have already taken his tower, so I was just chilling. Like you can see, he has not touched my tower up now. I was like, I will not let him touch his tower, but after I did not see the lava hound until it reached the tower, because it deployed the lava hound so back I could barely see where it was. Balloon got a shot off, which made me a little confident, but here I countered the mini P.E.K.K.A. with a skeleton, and archers started to target the lava hound. Now here he poisoned, which was a very good poison. He did not only slowed down the tower's attack, but if he would have waited a little bit more on that poison, those lava pups could have gotten a little bit more damage. As soon as the lava hound is about to die, the person with the lava hound should poison it, because the lava pups do a lot of damage. And if the tower is shooting slow and you have 9 lava pups, then the tower is going down. And even if I drop the minions with his poison drop, I would not have been able to stop his damage, as the minions would have not only been slowed down, but they would have been taken down. Here I just thought, let's start a push. Here a very good poison, but I think he should have poisoned. No, this was a very good poison, but the balloon is going towards the tower. I was pretty confident for at least one shot on the tower. At least one shot, but the balloon wasn't able to get there in time, so I was like, I will let's not go for the second round. Let's just defend. So the only mistake he used to do in the entire battle was that he did not time his poisons perfectly except for once or twice, and he did not try to back up the lava hound. Like he should have just lava hound and 3 minions, and I would have zapped those 3 minions. He should have kept those with the minion horde hidden until the end of the battle, but he did not, and eventually I won. So let's open this free chest. If he would have like shown the minion horde in the last second of the battle, like last 25 seconds when I just tapped his 3 minions, then things could have gone way different. And he had a poison spell. So here are the 3 decks that I'm using. A golem deck. I changed the giant blue deck. I don't want to use that deck. The Pekka Double Prince and the Hawk Cycle deck. Personally, my favorite deck is Hog Rider. It's a Hog Cycle deck. Let's walk. Okay, let's show this people. I think this is here I was using 3 musketeers, and I like to use the 3 musketeers to just be a surprise card. Sometimes I make the people fireball my two elixir collectors, and then I just send 3 musketeers, and I use a deck with mini P.E.K.K.A. So I deployed the 3 musketeers as soon as they fireballed behind the tower, and then I was able to deploy the mini P.E.K.K.A. in front of the 3 musketeers, and that resulted in a massive push towards the tower. This person was smart that he did not only fireball my musketeers, he just then arrowed it. But if I had a minion horde, that would have been a big mistake. But I didn't bring a minion horde. This deck was Witch, 3 minions, Zap, Goblin, Elixir Collector, Giant, and 3 musketeers. And I once tried this deck with 3 musketeers and a musketeer. So I would make the 3 musketeers split in the middle of the battlefield, and then one musketeer would go on the side. I would sometimes make 3 musketeers on the left side where 2 musketeers were already going, or I would just make both sides two musketeers, and on both towers I got a lot of damage. I just hope that he missed. And I remember this one battle when I was using a mortar deck. I just used it once because I wanted to try it out because people were using it back then. I don't like Virgin deck, but I tried it once or twice, and continuously. This was the continuous fourth battle that I faced a Royal Giant. So I was using a mortar deck. I dropped a mortar, a barbarians. Barbarians were crossing the mortar. He rocketed. I thought barbarians and mortar were both going to die, but he did not only miss the mortar, he also missed the barbarians. And I was like there was no feeling that could have described how it felt. By the end of this battle, I would just stop playing him. He just fireballed, and I had my 3 musketeers up and ready to attack him again. Ready to attack. Here, I just completely ignored that Royal Giant. I just wanted to start a push on the right side, which I think, I don't know if it was a good thing that I did, but here, as I started a push there, you can see he deployed not only his Royal Giant, barbarians, musketeer. I thought this battle was done. I thought I was going to lose to the Royal Giant 4th time in a row. But I had a push not only going there, he was able to defend that push. But on the left side, you can see he is completely not noticing my 3 musketeers unless over, and he just fireballed them, but still they were doing damage. And then I again had an elixir advantage on it. I deployed the giant, I think. No, 3 musketeers here again, and then I deployed the. He just gave me time to just prepare the next attack. Because of that Royal Giant, I had enough elixir to not only zap but send a giant. Here he had his fireball up, which just left 1 musketeer, which was able to send off 2 damage at least. Here he just, I think he deploys his barbarian, no, his musketeer. but a giant at nearly full health against the two towers and the tower he's attacking with 700 health. You know what is going to happen. So please, so I'm going to have to say goodbye, and I will be posting on every Wednesday and Friday. I would be posting, and ABJ would be posting on Monday and Friday. So I hope you guys like the video, subscribe, comments, and